Hi, welcome back to the beginners series of videos. We are continuing with this ground, but we're drawing a square, 4 dots along, and 4 dots each that way. And I'm just going to do, this is called a diamond because it's a diamond shape. And the idea is that I'm going to use the cloth stitch that we used on the original one, where you go backwards and forwards with no pins, but only in this area to give a different texture to the ground, which is open. On every thread that comes into it, there is a twist. A twist is donated by this little line across it. It doesn't mean I've crossed it out. It means it's a twist, a bit like a cotton reel. That's the twist of thread. And each one of these has got a twist on. Cloth stitch, as you know from doing the bandage, doesn't have a twist on. So we'll start this one off. I'll take these to one side so that you can see what I've done. I've drawn my red diamond there, and I've tried to use felt tips in pretty much the same colours as the threads that I'm using. And this shows the path of the threads. They're acting again like the bandage in coming down straight. So unlike the rest of the ground where we're having them going at angles and crossing each other, these are going to be coming in there, down and out. It's very easy to do this as a beginner and get confused where they come out or where they come in. The coming in is quite easy because you can still cross, but when they come into the ground, they become part of the weave in here. Hopefully with these really strong colours, it will show the passage. Now the first one is the highest one. Always work at the top dot first. You don't work uphill in bobbin lace, well, not geometric lace. You only ever use the toppermost pin because it will lead down to the others. So that's my top pin. And I'm going to do a half stitch, and I'm going to pin. This is the same stitch as the ground, but for the time being, there's all sorts of different stitches and ways you can do it. This is just a nice simple way, and then I'll close it with a half twist. Now then, the half twist has given me a twist on both of them, but I don't actually want a twist on both of them, so I'm going to take it off. I've got these open because on a weave, a cloth stitch weave, you don't have twists, so you start without twists. Right, I'm going to use the blue, and the blue wants to go this way. This is going to be my weaver pair. So I will bring the next one down that goes to that next pin. That is on the red line. This has got a twist because it's coming in. That's a twist before the red line, so that's still the ground. It's not the ground in here. And I'm going to do the cloth stitch the same as we did on the bandage. I'm going to put my twist on around the pin, and I'm going to come back. Cross, twist, cross, exactly the same as the cloth stitch. This middle one, that was half of this, is going to become a passive down the middle. Cross, twist, cross. You see, you're starting to recognise that that's now cloth stitch. This one is the next one to come down because that's the next pin to be worked. There are no pins in the middle. This is a weave. It's got its twist on coming in. Cross, twist, cross. Put a twist on for the edge. And just tension those down, and they're starting to take their downward position. It should look familiar from the lesson number 1. Now I'm going to go back across, cross, twist, cross, cross, twist, cross, cross, twist, cross. I put here the cross and twist here just to make things easy. This is the next one coming down. It's got a twist on from the ground, that's correct, it's going to there. And this is the next pin to be worked, so I'll do my cloth stitch there, put a twist on, little bit of tightening up, and I'll cloth stitch back across. Cross, twist, cross, cross, twist, cross, cross, twist, cross. Now the next pair wants to come down, it has its twist on, it doesn't do any harm to just double check every step of the way. Yes, it's got its twist on, yes, it can go in. It's the one that leads to that pin. A lot of these beginner exercises look to be quite simple, but they are showing you and getting used to looking for certain things. It isn't just the making of them. Oh, that's simple. Oh, I don't like the look of it. Or, oh, I don't need to do that one. There's a reason you're doing your beginner exercises, and it's so that when you're doing complicated things, you see this and you just fall into making it. Because you're not having to learn each section, each basic section as you work through a pattern. You're actually very familiar with it already. So I'm just cloth stitching across, making the cloth. There's another one to come in. This is the last one to come in on this side. It's got its twist on, so I will cloth stitch through that, put my twist on, put my pin in the hole. Now this is the very corner of this. So if I go to, in fact I will go across to the other one. Cloth stitch. And again, this is the last one. It's gone around the outer pin, it's got its twist on. This is the last one for here. I'll just give a little more length to my workers, put my twist on the worker. All the passives are straight down. There's a few more of them than there were on the bandage, but they work exactly the same way. Now on my little one here, I've done all these. These have all come in, they're all hanging down, they're all like this. Lovely. Now this, oh, it's lime green on this one that's coming this way. You can see it's just bouncing off that and going straight back out again. It's not travelling anywhere. It comes in and goes out. You can see the twists are on each as they come out, and it'll just connect around the pin. So this is the connection around the pin. So it's still a passive, and this has got its twist on going round, so I'll just cross, twist, cross, and this one comes straight out again. Because it's coming out, it wants its twist putting back on because it's now a ground pair. Been a passive in there, for that tiny little bit round there it was a passive, hardly worth mentioning, but it does make a big difference, and then it's out again, so it wants to be a ground pair, and that will just nicely half stitch, pin, half stitch with the outer edge, and these are those two are ready to go back into the ground. Put them out of the way a little bit for now because I don't need them. Now this one coming down, this yellow one coming down, is this one here. It's done that, it's come through here. That's the next pin to work, but not yet. It's got to go back across. It's got to finish its zigzag. It's not time for that one. One comes off at each point, but there's nothing to actually tell you where that comes off. So when you've done one pin, you've got to go across to the opposite pin first before you can throw any more out. So leave them all hanging down. It's very easy to take two out at once, but by the time they've all been closed around a pin, they straighten up. Now I know that one's got to come in and go out the same, that's one's bouncing off, but if I took it into the ground, into this, there would be nothing to make these stitches here, there'd be nothing for that one. So I need one going that way. So that is already out from earlier. So I'm going to put my twist on. The next pin is here, and I've already marked it with pink, so I know the pink one has to come out here. So I cloth stitch back through, put a twist on the pink because it's now a ground pair, put a twist on that green as well so I don't forget. So I've done this, come in, go down, it's reached the pin and it's come out and it's got its twist on. So I'm reading the diagram, the working diagram on that, and I'll go back across. The first ones to come in are the last ones to come out. And now there are no more to come across. These are already done, so I have to leave one out at this pin, so it's going to be this one. So I'll put my pin in around the worker, tension a little bit. Oh, that's interesting. I'll show you that when I finish. No, I've put my pin in the wrong place. I've gone and put it at the end. It should have been on that red square. So put your pin on the red square, keep it in line. Twist, put that over there. That's happy. That's a ground pair again. I've noticed a little mistake I've made, but it'll be interesting to show you, so I'm not going to undo it. Now I can see these two are pretty much running together, so this obviously doesn't have a pin of its own. There's its pin. You're always looking under its skirts to see where it goes. So I'll cross stitch that one, put my twist, cloth stitch across again, and then put the twist on that one. That one's out, and you can see they're all coming and lining up. They're all lining up just like before. That's where a geometric grid is so useful. If it doesn't line up, you've done something wrong. Put my twist on. I'm now in this. I've now brought my pink one down. It's just gone there, and I'm going to put the twist on when it's come through the worker. So I'm tensioning those down. That's the next one to come out. Again, these are following their paths. Now all I've got left is this one, but there's only the bottom pin left. So the pink, the purple and the blue came in at the top. You can just see there, purple and blue joining. So purple and blue will leave at that pin again. Both of them want to cross around there. So I'll cross stitch through. Or I can half stitch through, or half stitch, because that means they've both got a twist on coming out. So everybody has, you've got all four coming down there in their lines, all four coming down there in their lines, all in order. And what I have noticed, let's see if I can zoom in on this, that I have done. If I go into here, you can just see my bobbins crossed on this pink one here. And you can just see it's made a cross. Now, if you did that with all of them, it would be another pattern. But as it is, when you see it in the hole, you can suddenly see, oh yes, there is something, not, your eye will pick it up in an area of ground. It will pick up that odd bit. And the question that I have for myself now is, do I undo these back to that place, take that twist out and continue, which is the correct thing to do, or do I carry on so I can show other people that that's what happens when you put an odd twist in, because that twist there is something that we will be using deliberately later on. But that is how easy it is to make a twist in cloth stitch. So I would now, with these here, because they're all in the right place, continue to make this ordinary ground stitch until I draw something else below it.